Forgiveness is a movement. It's not a merit badge. It's a movement. I got to tell you, an eye-opening experience in this life, on this world, in this world, is the experience of forgiveness. Forgiving people. Forgive your spouse, forgive your friend, forgive your neighbor, forgive yourself, forgive the people around you. Because if not, you're ticked off. You are ticked off. And when you're ticked off, you are a mess. You can't think, you can't process, you can't make decisions, and you're wasting time being mad. You're wasting time being mad. I know hurt is another side. Hurt is another thing. If you're hurt, oh man, there's some tender mercy there. There's some healing to go through. But if you're mad, come on, what? It's going to mess you up. It's going to cost you a lot more in time, energy, and effort if you stay mad at people. So even though you don't know how to maybe, deeply forgive, it's when you don't forgive that it just crushes and messes with belief in self. And so what I find for myself is like, okay, I've got to build my belief, the way in which I see myself, and then protect it with forgiveness. Build belief, protect it with forgiveness. Constantly building my belief in myself, in how I can help people, and then protect it with forgiveness, because sure enough, as the day goes through, I'm going to do something wrong or somebody else is going to wrong me. It just happens. It's called bumper cars. It's a world of bumper cars. We live in a world of bumper cars. And if you're in the world of bumper cars, somebody's going to ram into you. Somebody's going to hit you. And you're going to be like, what'd you do that for? And it's like, oh, we're just in a world of bumper cars. We're just hitting each other. So you're going to do something to somebody, or somebody's going to do something to you. So forgiveness is it's like a daily thing. And so people who don't do it, they get really piled on top of by all these experiences that just irritate you under the skin. And then it builds up, and then it blocks you. And then the belief in self just starts to dwindle. So build belief, protect it with forgiveness. And even though you maybe don't know how to psychologically or spiritually or mentally or emotionally or physically know how to fully forgive yourself, in the meantime, use the words. In the meantime, express, hey, I forgive you. And even on the inside, you're like, I'm a raging volcano right now. But you can be like, I forgive you. I'm going to try to change my thoughts I have about you. You're always working on changing the thoughts to see people in their better light. Still protect yourself, but to be able to see people in their better life, but still protect yourself. Never open yourself up to harmful people to take advantage of you. But you can still forgive them and keep them at a distance, right? But here's the thing, build belief, protect it with forgiveness. Because belief is what's going to move you to be a great coach. Belief is what's going to bring in intuition. Belief is going to help you see inside the person. Belief is going to help you become creative in how you teach. Belief is what causes organization. Belief is what causes goals to happen. Belief is what moves the elements that we exist in. Belief. And if you're not protecting it with forgiveness, you're not an element mover. You're not. You're watching it all go on, and you're not participating in becoming an element mover, meaning to be able to cause things to happen, cause goals to happen, cause people to get up out of their couch and go after their own personal goal, or improve their relationship, or take care of themselves. Belief moves things. Go read the good book, talk about moving mountains and causing axe heads to float. It's like, there's like so much belief can do. And here, being a coach, belief counts. Belief in yourself, belief in the process, belief that there actually is a way to improve, belief in change, belief in your ability to be able to grow and expand and live your potential. That all requires belief. And you know what it looks like when you meet somebody who doesn't have belief, and you can feel the low energy, the sucking down energy that person's experiencing. I mean, it's like almost like a vortex straight to hell. I mean, it's like you have disbelief, you are on the vortex to hell. And I only say hell because that's the terrible place. That's the bottom of the pit. And if you have disbelief in yourself, or disbelief in the future, or disbelief in your coaching, you are in the vortex going down, and going down is not good. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel healthy. It doesn't feel like that's the right direction for you to go. So build belief, protect it with forgiveness. And if you don't know much about forgiveness, get a book on forgiveness. Get a book. And when you're done with that book, get another one. You learn forgiveness. I hear people talk about, building belief in yourself. And it's like, but whatever you build, you have to protect. It's just how it works. Whatever you build, you have to protect and preserve, because there's natural forces and also exterior forces that will come in and take it down and digress it and pull it apart. It's just the world we live in. State of entropy. It's just like, it's going to fall apart. So anything we build needs to be cared for, maintained, structured, looked at, fine-tuned. Nothing that we personally as human beings build actually holds by itself forever. Not in this world, not in this existence. It doesn't hold. You have to continue to nourish it. You will have to nourish your coaching mind, nourish your relationships, nourish your belief. You have to constantly nourish and preserve and protect it, just because that's how it is in this world. And it's not like it's a negative thing to say like that. It's a very conscious, a very awake thing to consider whenever you're trying to spend energy and time building something. You have to preserve it, have to put some love into it. So this is how it goes. Build belief, protect it with forgiveness. And then when you protect it with forgiveness, do you know what that produces? Love. Build belief, forgive. That then moves into the next step, which is love. Love of others, love of self, and then that builds more belief. And then you'll need to protect it with forgiveness. So we got belief, forgiveness, love. And it just sits there and rotates, or not. Or it just gets jammed up and you don't have belief, you don't have forgiveness, and you don't have love. And that's a rough place to be in. I've been there. I've been there 3 times. And that's a dark spot. When you're not in belief, you're not in forgiveness, and you're not in love, that's a dark spot. Gates of hell will open up and come eat you if you stay in that spot too long. They'll come get you. It's not good. I mean, that just like causes the predators to come after you from hell. They'll come after you and just try to get you when you're down that low. So it's like, we got to take care of ourselves and go, man, I gotta start verbalizing that I forgive myself for things and how I am and what I do. And if you ever wonder how many times you ought to forgive yourself, just consider 25 million times. And keep track of that. Put little hash marks on your wall or something, or on your mirror, 25 million times. And that's just the first level. After that, you have another 50 million. And after that, let's just put on another 25 million. So we're at 100 million times to forgive yourself. And then once you get to there, I'm sure there's another level that opens up that gives you another, 50 billion times to forgive yourself. Of the true essence of life, forgiveness is not something you use only when you do something wrong. Forgiveness is a state of love, a state of mercy, a state of appreciation. Forgiveness is used every single day, constantly being used. Forgiveness really means to come back to center. To come back to center. Because we are traveling through life and we get off track. And to come back to center means to forgive our wanderings, and then we come back. So forgiveness is a constant, 100% all the time, 24/7 experience of coming back to center, coming back to center. Oh, I got knocked off my center because of a distraction. I forgive myself, I'm back. But to constantly move back to center, it's what we all do. Driving down the freeway, you cannot stay between the lines perfectly. You're always wandering, crossing a line, wandering over here, going too fast, going too slow. So you're constantly adjusting. And so you're always forgiveness. You're always in a place of forgiveness. And then working with people, you have family, you got friends, you got people you work with. That's just a constant forgiveness place. Now, people who don't participate in forgiveness, they get stuck. They get stuck emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right there, just get stuck. So building belief, protecting it with forgiveness means always coming back to center. And then because you're building belief and you give yourself mercy to come back to center, you're producing a higher level of love. And when you love the people, you will serve the people.